Three, two, one.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to the Tony Reed Motivational Show. I am Tony Reed, a fitness trainer, health coach, cancer exercise specialist. I'm located in Pikesville, Maryland. You can find me on Facebook under Tony Reed Fitness Management, under Tony Reed on Facebook. And so I'm back today because I want to talk about just being grateful and having gratitude for things that have happened to you in life. And I know some of you think about things and you say, well, am I really thankful for everything that's happened to me? So today I want to give you a reason to think about everything that's happened to you. But I want to define something for you in the short terms, because some of you may be thinking about it differently. First of all, gratefulness is the feeling of appreciation for what has happened to you. Gratitude is the way or the quality that you show for being thankful. So you can think about that later on because they go together. So why am I talking about gratitude? Why am I talking about gratefulness? Because I look back on my life this week and I understand that everything that has happened to me, good or bad, put me in a position to be where I'm at right now. And I'll give you going all the way back. First of all, my mother. My mother was not a rich woman. You know, we lived in the projects. And I remember when I got my first job, I brought home a $12 check. Now understand, the time that I'm talking about, I was making 70 cents an hour. So I came home after working a whole week and I had a $12 check. My mother looked at me and said, I need $3 of your check. And I'm looking at her like, I only got $12. But what she was saying was, if you're going to stay somewhere and you're going to live in this world and you're going to work, you're going to have to pay for where you live, you're going to have to pay your bills, and you're going to have to pay your way once you start your life. So here I am, $12 check, first job, and I come home and I got to pay rent. But what it taught me was that when I got out here in life, I still had to pay bills. I couldn't live for free anywhere. So I learned that I was grateful for what she taught me at that moment. And that probably was not her intentions, but she took the $3 anyway. And I'm showing gratitude right now for having a mother who really taught me a lesson, and it cost me $3. As I moved on in life, I realized that all these things that happened to me, whether they were good or bad, sad or whatever, they gave me a different perspective on how I could move forward. A lot of you look back on your life and you hate parts of it. You're not thankful for part of it. But where you are now and the things that you're thankful for now are things that you should be grateful for that happened to you. Some of you went to college. You dropped out the first year. Guess what? It might have meant that that wasn't what you were supposed to do. Some of you never went back and became rich. But guess what? Be grateful. Show some gratitude now for some things that happened to you that were bad. Everything that I'm looking at in life right now, from my mother taking the $3, me coming home one day and realizing that my mother had me at 41 years old, but at 60 some years old, she realized that, nope, she couldn't handle a teenage boy. She couldn't handle raising a teenage boy. But she didn't put me out. She sent me to a place where I could find mentors, where I could have people around me to raise me and help me grow into who I am right now. At that time, I was not grateful. At that time, I wasn't showing any gratitude or saying, thank you, Mom. But now I look back that she had enough insight to say, look, I can't do this, but I'm going to do this for you. And I look back on the mentors that I met, the people that came into my life, that showed me guidance, that showed me all this. So guess what? I'm grateful. And I'm showing gratitude by going out and helping other people right now to appreciate the things that they went through in life, whether they were bad or good. I became a person who believed in working. I became a person who failed. I became a person who quit a lot of things. And when I say a lot of things, I quit every job, mostly that I ever had. And I didn't quit physically, but I knew that that was not me. So I didn't go in all the time and give it my all. I went in enough just to keep the job, to work, to pay the bills, but I knew it wasn't something I wanted to do. So eventually, my last job, I did quit. I gave them a 20-minute notice. I walked in and said, I can't do this anymore. And I went home, laid down, woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, what did I do? But ladies and gentlemen, I was grateful for the fact that I had learned that I could quit. I showed gratitude several years later when I could spend time with my family and watch my brother and spend time with him in his last years, in his last moments, even when he went into a nursing home. So I'm grateful for being able to do those things. And I'm showing gratitude now by telling people that, hey, don't get too upset about some things that happen. They're lessons to you. You're going to learn, you're going to grow. You want to be grateful, you want to be thankful, and you want to show it. Sometimes you just need to stop and think about it, that not everything that's happening to you, even in your life right now, something small, it's not something that you want to be saying, why is this happening to me? I thought about something one day, and I'm very, it happens to me a lot. Come home, drop the keys down, get up the next morning, and guess what? Can't find my keys. They're in my house. I had to have them because I got in the door. But guess what? I get up the next morning, can't find them. I eventually find the keys, and I get in my car on my way to work. I get to a point on the way to work, and there's a 3-car accident. Now, I've learned that I could look at it one of two ways. Is it the people that were driving, or was it the fact that God saved my life because I could have been in that accident if I found my keys a half an hour ago? So I'm grateful. I'm showing gratitude. It's like sitting in the traffic saying, thank God it's not me. This is what you have to look at life. These are the things that you're going to have to go through in life in order to get through. The bad things, the good things, show gratitude for it. If it happens to you, if it's something that you think that this is bad right now, it's teaching you a lesson. Maybe you didn't prepare for what it is. Maybe you didn't get through and do all the work that you were supposed to do. But take the lesson and say thank you for that, of learning how not to do something. Or enough times you learn how to do it and do it right. So my mother taught me a lesson, which gave me a life that I can go through right now. And her teachings were, I'm not going to be here always. I'm not going to be here to hold your hand. There are things that are going to happen to you that I'm not going to be around to tell you about. I'm not going to be here to take that $3 from you, to teach you that you're going to have responsibilities. So life is about being thankful. Some of you may never think that you need to be thankful for anything. And some of you might wait until you get to where you are. Then you want to say thank you. And then only the people that you thank are the people around you. You forget about the people who may have helped you at one point, who gave you directions on the street, who called you up and said, go find out about this job. The people that you talk to every day who dropped your name somewhere. You didn't get here all by yourself. So as you go through moments of every day, start saying, I'm thankful. Start saying, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And it doesn't mean that you have to give anything back, because when you're thankful, you give. When you show gratitude, it's because of what you've been given and what you're able to give away. And most people don't think about that. How is it that I can do what I'm doing right now? It's because I went through the lessons. I appreciate it. At the time I may not have, but now I do. I look at where I am. I look at who I am. And I say, God, thank you for that lesson. Thank you for the mom. Thank you for the mentors who came to me, who gave me straight talk and said, this is what you're going to have to do. This is what you're going to have to go through. Did I go home sometime angry, mad, or whatever? But I kept going. And so I look back on the one person that came into my life and gave me the answer. I look back on the person who said, hey, this is what you're going to have to do in life. These are the things that are going to make a difference in your life. And we go through life like that. Being grateful, showing gratitude, showing the world that you appreciate what they've done for you. I'm standing in a place right now that I'm thankful to be in. I'm thankful to be here because guess what? It wasn't in my plans. It wasn't something that I had thought about. I just gave an idea. But I'm thankful. I'm grateful for what I'm doing. Because whatever happens in this situation, trust me, a few years from now, I'm going to be looking back and saying, wow, remember that moment? Hey, you give up a Sunday afternoon, you give up time, but at the time you're going through it, you might not be grateful, but you have to put something in to get something back. And at some point, you can be grateful and you can show gratitude for it. Is it a hard task? Yes, it is. Is it a hard task to say thank you? Is it a hard task to be grateful when you don't see the end of the tunnel? Yes. And I want to tell you something, and I know people are going to think it's crazy. I'm grateful, and this is what I thought about this week, that I'm very grateful for the type of cancer that I have. And you say, wow, why is that? Because my mother and my father both passed away from cancer. At the time that they had cancer, it was not something that doctors knew about or how to deal with it, how to treat it. So with my mother, she had stomach cancer. My understanding was they opened her up, looked at it, it spread, and gave her not even several months to live. So when I look back on being grateful right now, I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for knowing that I'm going through treatments that will prolong my life, give me a better quality of life. I'm showing gratitude to everyone around me for being here to say, hey man, how can I help? I'm showing appreciation for people who step up and say, hey, how can I help? Just knowing and saying, how are you doing? Those things I realize that, yeah, you have something going on in you, but now you want to be grateful for it. You know, my cancer didn't take me out. My cancer didn't stop me from going to the gym and working out the way I want to. And talking about having my own gym, when I look back on that, you know, in 1995, when I quit my job, and I was working out in my basement and didn't know what I was going to do really, but I knew I'd quit my job. I started a business. I didn't realize that when God said quit that job, that in 2023, I was going to have to use this career to stay healthy, to battle what was going to be happening in my life. So the appreciation and the gratefulness and the gratitude that I'm showing every day that I open up that door, people look at me, why are you smiling every day? I said, you don't understand. All the things that I'm going through right now, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to open up the door. I'm happy to see a smile on the other side of that door. I'm thankful that every day I can do what I do. You know, I'm standing here in front of you, dressed up, clothes still fitting. I still got most of my hair, so I'm happy. So I say all that to say that enjoy life, but be thankful for every moment that you have. Be thankful for everything that you're getting, everything that has happened to you, that has brought you to the success that you have right now. And use whatever you have right now to go forward, because everybody in the world has a gift when they get here. Everybody, when they land on earth, they have a gift, they have a talent that they can use. You can choose to use it or you can choose to waste it. Either way, it's yours. Nobody else can duplicate it. Nobody else can bring it out except you. So you have to choose that, and you have to come forward with that. But be thankful along the way, because everything that's happening to you is only happening to you in your way. I know that there are men out there who are going through prostate cancer right now. They're struggling. Some of them are alone. Some of them may not have a friend to call. Some of them may not even want to talk about it. This is my therapy, to talk about it, to communicate, to share with other people, to say, look, it's not taking me out. I may die from something else, but this will not be it for me. So I'm happy. I'm showing happiness. I'm showing gratitude. I'm showing appreciation every day in every walk of my life. And every time I realize that the more appreciation I show, the more thankful I am, the more I give away of myself, even though I'm going through something, and I'm not trying to be a burden to someone and talking about woe is me every day. I don't do that. You know, if you look at me and you see me somewhere, you would never know what's going on inside. It's a Bentley on the outside, it may be a Yugo on the inside, but right now, it's all here. So I'm using my gifts. I'm looking at the type of relationships that I'm in. You know, if it's a positive one, if it's uplifting, if it's something that brings something out in me, I gravitate to it. I don't have time to talk about, I can't do this. I don't have time to talk about, well, let me put it off to tomorrow. Because guess what? I realize that my tomorrows are unknown now. I can't make a long-term plan, but I can make a plan to keep going and shoot for it. But I don't know if I'll get there, so I'm still going to try. So relationships for me right now are a value thing. The people that are in my life, I value them. I appreciate them. I appreciate them stopping by. I appreciate their calls. I appreciate who they are in my life. A hello, being able to hear it, hey, I'm thankful for that. Gratitude to hear somebody's voice every day, yes, to wake up every day. But everything else in life, after waking up, I'm thankful for. Can I still go and work? Can I still go through what I'm going through? Yes. So this is the thing that I realize, that you have a gift. You have a gift in life, and you cannot get out of life alive, for me, without using it. And it may be hard sometimes. I know that maybe over the next few months, I may go through something that's harder, that they tell me that you're going to have fatigue, you're going to have hot flashes, your appetite may change, you're going to have to change your foods and all that. But guess what? They didn't say that you would die from it. They didn't say that this will kill you in the next 2 months for what you're going to go through. So guess who's happy? Guess who's appreciative of what I've been told and what I can do about it in the process? Because it didn't say that this is going to take you out. It's going to make you stronger. It didn't say if you it's going to change your life. Yes, it is. But they tell me that I can beat it. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I still got to go through the tunnel. So right now, I'm appreciative of the tunnel. I'm appreciative of going through. I'm appreciative that they told me that I can go through. And I'm appreciative that there's something else on the other side. So my gratitude in life, that I'm saying yes every morning, thanks for the tunnel. Thanks for the waking up and being able to do what I have to do. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night, you might have to go through the bathroom 3 or 4 times. Be grateful for that you can walk there. Be grateful that you can get there. And you got a bed to come back to and lay down in and fall back to sleep for 2 more hours and sleep and wake up again. Be grateful. You know, I tell you all this because guess what? Those are the things that I appreciate now. The things that I can do and the things that I know after this is over that I'm going to want to do. Thank God for my mother and that $3 that she took from me. Thank God for the time that I had to spend with people. When I quit my job, my brother passed away in the last 10 years, but I was able to be with him because I quit my job and God gave me something else and another talent to use to spend the last few moments with him. Thank God for my family. My sisters, we've become closer, we've become better, at talking and being around and being able to spend time with them because of the decisions I made and the opportunity I was given. So I'm thankful for those things. I'm thankful for every job that fired me and gave me another opportunity because they knew that I didn't need to be there, and God knew that I wasn't going to stay there, and I wasn't going to quit sometime, but he said, hey, get fired and you'll go do something else. So I want to end this with some thoughts. Look at what you have right now. If you got a car outside that runs and gets you to work every day, be thankful. If you got food in your refrigerator, if you got food in your cabinets, be thankful. Because there's somebody on the other side who doesn't. If you have a life where you can get up every morning and you can go out and change other people's lives, make a difference in their life, be who you are, and feel good about it. Because what I look at right now, I understand what people are saying while I'm here. But I know that one day they're going to be talking about me when I'm not here. And I want to add something to that. I want them to say, you know what, because of him, I changed something for the better. Because he came along and he was thankful for what he had and he shared it with me, that it made a difference in my life. The only thing that you can do is first get up and say thank you. The next thing is for every move that you make after that, show gratitude for it. Show gratitude for where you're going, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and the gift that you've been given. Be willing to share it with everyone in the world that can change your life. Be thankful, be grateful, and show appreciation to your Creator for giving you his talents and gifts. Thank you for listening.